Tourism Minister Lindiwe Sisulu has been promising funds to assist businesses affected by the KwaZulu-Natal floods. Sisulu was visiting the province to assess the damage. Meanwhile, the eThekwini municipality says big events will not be cancelled because of the floods. And although the sector remains open, tourism operators say it's been a difficult few weeks for them. eNCA's Letiwe Mdluli has been tracking that visit by Minister Lindiwe Sisulu, and you've had a chance to speak to the businesses in the province. And what a torrid time they've had in the last 3 or so years, Letiwe.
Of course, Tula Sizwe, and we were speaking earlier on about how businesses are reeling following the floods in the province over the past 2 weeks. And while speaking to them, they did share that it's going to take some time for them to get back on their feet. Some businesses, of course, have had to shut their doors because of the flooding affecting them. I spoke to KZN Floods, the deputy CEO of Floods, and he did say that over 75% of their establishments are open, but there are those that still remain closed, and they've over the past week have lost a lot of visitors and have had a lot of cancellations. And this is, of course, because the infrastructure in the city has been damaged. Some places still remain inaccessible, and some of those establishments that they have, unfortunately, do not have water or electricity. Now, the visit by the tourism minister this weekend indicates the dire state that some businesses are in right now, and she has shared that they will be providing funds for those businesses that do need assistance. But while I was speaking to KZN Floods, this is what they had to say about how they're operating for now.
We are still open. I must say we, however, have dropped from what we were expecting. I think our visitor numbers are actually halved because a lot of our prospective visitors would have cancelled traveling. I must say, though, over the Easter period, we didn't really have a lot of cancellations, but the day visitors, where we get a lot of numbers in our facilities, we almost halved, which is where we suffered a lot of loss in terms of our revenue. But moving forward, obviously, as I'm saying, that there is a number of other facilities that are now offline. It is actually going to have a negative impact on our capacity to generate revenue, because it will literally mean we need to actually make sure that they are repaired before we could invite or receive visitors to those facilities. So that is where the challenge is currently. And the fact that also even outside our protected areas, the roads that are leading there, some of the bridges have been washed away, and that is a great cause of concern, because it means that accessing our facilities is actually going to be a problem.
And Letiwe, the city of Durban, eThekwini, was really the epicenter of this flooding and the damage that it wrought on. And what are the plans? I mean, it's always punted itself as South Africa and Africa's playground, and tried to thrive on this tourism that has to do with the pristine beaches that they have, as well as events, big events being hosted there. What plans do they have to try and revive those sectors?
Well, the eThekwini municipality is saying that eThekwini is open for business, and they have announced that big events that are usually held in the city will not be cancelled. Just next week, we will be holding the Indaba, and they are saying that even though the floods did damage a lot of infrastructure, the planning for that event actually took place over months ago, and they are ready to host that event. They are also announcing that the Durban July will go ahead. So those planned events will not be cancelled because of the floods. They are also hoping that in 3 months' time, the city will be back on its feet, and a lot of businesses would have had assistance by that time. Yesterday, the mayor also briefed the media, where he was announcing that they are giving a lot of businesses 3 months for that rebuilding, and they are hoping that a lot of affected businesses, especially SMMEs, will get the funding that they need. Of course, the minister did announce that they will be making funds available to those businesses. But I spoke to Councillor Nkosenhle Madlala earlier on about those announcements that he made regarding those big events, and this is what he had to say.
We are very much encouraged. Now, with the presence of the minister here, I think it's great news for us. She's here to confirm that Indaba is going to take place here. We can confirm to you that your Durban July is going to happen. We can confirm that all the other events that were planned for the year are going to happen. We are sorry for those who had planned events around the Easter, because that's a time when we were affected. But even so, you find that initially we expected the damage to be huge in terms of the occupants, in terms of hotels and our tourism, but we didn't do as badly as we expected. We are talking 45 to 50% occupancy. Even those who had cancelled bookings, they did not actually cancel per se, they actually postponed to say, maybe let's wait for the weather to clear. I still want to come to Durban at some particular point. So we are encouraged by that.